And we're back once again. This is your friendly neighborhood black man coming back at you once again. This time with a Sony Vegas intro. You know, something a little different. The other one, my Shamika Moffat video, the intro was made in Windows Movie Maker. This time I tried to go a little bit more high tech and fancy with it. Get a little fancy. Yeah, while I mess around more with the Sony Vegas, my intro should be getting a little bit better than what it is. For a beginner, I think it's pretty good. But hey, if you know what you guys think, what you like about it, and if you got experience in it, tell me some things I can add and change or whatnot. But yeah, just want to do this video and say, good luck to all of you who are going out to vote for whoever you're gonna vote for, whether it be a write-in candidate or not, or the same two red and blue political BS parties. But at the end of the day, until black people actually have some kind of socio-economic and political clout, every 4 years is gonna be the same thing. The same fucking outcome. You're gonna have more of your Trayvon Martins, your Rakia Boyds, more police brutality. There's a picture circulating around Facebook right now. Might be other places where a woman, female Navy SEAL vet, was brutally beaten in her friend's home for telling her friend she doesn't legally have to let the cops in without a search warrant. And the cop, acting like the piece of shit that he is, charged and grabbed her, threw her to the ground, and started repeatedly punching her in the face. So yeah, unless your candidate is gonna stop that, please save your bullshit for somebody else. No, I'm sorry, black people. Well, yes or no. I'm sorry to say that until you get an actual platform and party of your own, to address the common issues that if you're black you face in this country. I don't care who the fuck how many Democrats or how many Republicans you jock ride, nothing's gonna change. If anything, you're just gonna become, if you haven't already became, the the usual, well, we got those motherfuckers votes already group. That because those of us who wanted something from the current administration were told by our own to sit down and shut the fuck up, just be happy he's there, and all the other emotional, nonsensical diatribe that came with it. Because, it shows such greatness to black children that they can see a half black guy in the slave built White House. Because what we really need more is another generation growing up with no connection to context and history and how things work. Just take surface images and be happy with that. And we see how far that has gotten us, a la current day rap music or entertainment when it comes to us in general. Yeah, that's gotten us so fucking far. No context. Just, hey, look, it's a black face in a high place. But mommy, don't worry about that. Just see his image and bask in the gloriousness of it. So while you're standing in lines at the polls and hoping some angry white person doesn't come up behind you who voting opposite of you, crack you in the back of the head with a lead pipe, just know whether he cracks you in the back of the head and you get the vote, or if he doesn't crack you in the back of the head and you still get the vote, that ballot is not gonna stop him from hanging more pictures up on Facebook of posting more pictures up on Facebook of Obeezy hanging from a gas station ceiling. Like the other one, like another image that has been circulating around Facebook and online Yeah, I'm sorry, people, for all the images of you posting and talking about and showing and whatnot, and sending and texting of people, black people getting hung because they were given the privilege to vote, is not stop. It never stopped you from being lynched, whether it be economically or physically. You know, but hey, do what you do, and when you find out the definition of insanity, maybe you'll stop doing what you do, so that we can all head for a better future, not just a constant downward spiral into a toilet bowl waiting to be flushed by whoever's hands. Right now, looks like China's waiting to flush the toilet, but hey. Also, with the recent events of Hurricane Sandy, got family on the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast myself. You for my people that suffered, I'm sorry. Hope you guys out there that have gotten hit hard by it, you know, recover well, and aren't too bad off. But has anybody noticed how all this after of I guess after effect of or aftermath of Hurricane Sandy is not the same as when Katrina hit New Orleans and when those black people were floating down the street and shit, and when people were going in the okay, admitted you had some Negroes probably trying to break into UTVs, but we don't talk we will talk about that, but we don't talk about the riots started over hockey fights, and hockey wins and soccer matches and shit by non-black people. But that's another video. But yeah, you notice how the word refugee has never came out of anybody's mouth, or nobody in the media has seemed to have told those people, well, you want to live on the coastline, so it's kind of what you get, right? Just want to live on the coastline, because I know when Katrina hit, they told them niggas, well, you wanted to live down there, you should have evacuated when they told you to evacuate. Double standards, huh? Gotta love it, especially with the mom that lost her two children. The father was white. Of course, nobody asked where the father was. The people are quick to ask, well, what is she doing outside? It was like, well, you don't know what the fuck she was doing outside. It was said she was trying to get the fuck out of the area, because if anything, Staten Island is the last place I would rather be in I would rather be on 110th Street and First Avenue in Manhattan during Hurricane Sandy than Staten Island. I'll just say that now. At least I'm closer to higher ground on 110th Street in Manhattan than anywhere, all five corners of Staten, like all five blocks of Staten Island, like. Yeah, and it was said she was trying to get to her mom's in Brooklyn or whatnot. So, hey, maybe she was. You don't know, but fact still remains. She went to somebody's house, which, of course, if you live in New York, you know the history of Staten Island. If you're not a dumbass, and if you don't live in New York, then I wouldn't be surprised. It's not because you're a dumbass if you don't know the history of Staten Island. It's like, you can put it like this. You know how I say everywhere is the South in this country? Well, Staten Island is kind of like Pennsylvania in an island. Put it like that. It's like Florida in an island. It's like any southern region in just island form. That's all. Same mentalities exist. Or same thing with Long Island. It's like long as a slimmer version of Kentucky, if you want to put it like that, with the mentalities there, a little bit, a couple more modern amenities. But yeah, I'm not surprised the lady didn't get help. Then the dude said, oh well, it was a man who threw plant potter through the window and told me to come outside and help, because he's not a rescue worker, and you don't endanger rescue workers, and yeah, his bullshit ass reasons. And Yeah. Hey, black people, every day. Or I don't know if if you subscribe to Harvey Superboy or whatnot, how he basically shows how they're constantly talking about what Chris Brown is doing. Mind you, people constantly doing stupid shit over and over again, but they constantly complain about Chris Brown. Him dress. I'm not sorry to say, him dressing up in a terrorist outfit is who is it offending? People that look like that and blow shit up? Like really? Okay, we can go and talk about the reasons why they do that, but that's another conversation. Right now, we're just gonna deal with the fact that people got mad and felt offended by him wearing a terrorist uniform. So, if should cops be offended when a stripper wears a cop uniform? How about hookers? You know, when you see women out in the street dressing all slutty and shit that may or may not be going to a strip club to do their job or just hang out. So should you stop those women and say, "Hey, you're offending a whore somewhere"? They go, "Well, I'm not a whore. Well, you're wearing a whore's uniform. That's offensive." Like really, terrorists look like what the fuck he had on. It wasn't like blackface where he didn't put fucking a bunch of curry powder on his face and had a bunch of hookahs hanging out of his pocket. He didn't exaggerate. Terrorists look like that with the big ass beards and shit and the fucking clothes. But hey, Prince Harry can dress up as a Nazi and you hear about that all of 2 seconds and it disappears. Or the recent act of course TORT didn't. I really don't think they reported on this with the kids doing the blackface skit. So or reenacting the Rihanna incident, the Chris Brown Rihanna incident, even though how long ago it happened. But yeah, double standards, people. And while you standing in line, waiting to push that lever, pull that button to write in that motherfucking name, double standards not gonna go away because you have no power. Black people, you have no economic stance in this country, no social, political, anything, anywhere in this country. Because you kind of choose not to have it. Not saying you couldn't have it. Yeah, we could have it. But unlike your cool your cool white friends that come to you as an individual, but still act as a part of a system, of a cultural system built up in this country for them by others reluctantly. As they come to you as an individual, I'm sorry to say, but you cannot have that same mindset. As everything is not individualistic. You can't think of everything dichotomously. Not everything is separate. If you're in a philosophy class and you talk about Socrates and Socrates or crate the fuck or whatever the fuck you want to call that shit, sorry, just leave the Greek mythological thinking to them, because their culture is not your culture, and them being brave individuals does not equal you being a successive brave individual. It's just as simple as that. Especially, considering the circumstances as why they can, as a guy can take time to walk across the country because he wants to show people how fat he's not. You try and walk across the country to show people how fat you're not, and watch you wind up in the ditch somewhere dead, or locked up because you were trespassing on somebody's property. So yeah, we can't do the same things they do and expect to get away with it. You just can't do it. Whether you a Christian, Baptist, Mormon, Jehovah's Witness, Muslim, assalamu alaikum, alaikum lakala, all that, other stuff, or Hebrew Israelite. You gotta understand. At the end of the day, under the current system we live under, you black. You black African. They don't hate you because you praise Allah. They'll just throw that as an add-on. They don't hate you because you knock on people's doors and tell them to read the Watchtower book. That's just an add-on. They hate you because you are black, original man and woman. They know what has happened and what is old. And they're very scared if you come knocking at the door, not to tell them to read a Watchtower or buy a bean pie or praise the Lord Jesus Christ and Holy Ghost. You know, they're scared if you come knocking asking for your shit back. A la 40 acres and a mule. But, if want to talk about that stuff further, we can. Whatever. Hit me up in the comments. If you know my Facebook page, hit me up there. But this has been your friendly neighborhood black man, just giving his 2 cents on today, Tuesday Night Football. Get ready. Also, if your man doesn't win, whoever you're voting for, it's probably not a good idea to kill yourself and your family. I'm just saying. It's probably not a good idea. Hey, people survive other presidencies. You can survive this one too. You just kind of got to think in the long term. Blackout.